What is going on beyond the break here with our weekly eBay purchases? Have a decent sized stack of cards that we picked up over the last week or so. Some pretty bigger end cards and that I believe are bigger end cards that we picked up. Kind of gearing up for the off season for baseball and actually starting to think a little bit about basketball. So with that, let's get into it. So we'll go through the usual pickups and then kind of go through which ones we will be sending to PSA and which ones that we will not be. So first stack, like I mentioned, some pretty bigger cards. This one I just loved. I love this new Topps Finest insert, the creators. This is the Vlad Auto. This is the orange out of 25. Got this for, I think, $50. Riley Green, blue, little nice little color match auto out of 150. He's a big name for the Tigers this year. I think he has a bright future. Nice Rogers blue out of 429. Braden Montgomery, he was in the Crochet deal. I think he's the #1 prospect now in Chicago, now that a few guys have been called up this year. He's had a pretty good start to his career already in AA, I believe. This is just the refractor out of 499. Here we got Frank Thomas. Just love this set from Topps Chrome back in the day. This is the refractor, not numbered, from 2006 Topps Chrome. Another top prospect. I actually think he's the #1 overall prospect in baseball, Leo DeVries. This is the purple out of 250. Excited to get this graded. Trying to get some of these higher end prospect graded before the holidays, potentially into the new year. I think it's a good time for them to kind of come back. So we'll see how that goes. But here's a Rob Gronkowski certified 2012 out of 100. A Jason Kidd SP limited out of 100. And then a Larry Fitz Topps Finest blue out of 99. And then this was a sick card. I love this one. Devin Hester red checker out of 125. I believe this is last year. He was on the Bears before. Or actually, yeah, this says Falcons on it. So he just got traded at this point to the Falcons. All right, next stack here. JSN having a nice start to the season. This is just the Illusions yellowish out of 299 rookie. Sand Sharp Platinum. This will good center. This is out of 100. Anquan rookie, just authentic jersey. Cool little 54th overall pick. Harper Atomic, cool LeBron 3rd-year card from Upper Deck. Just love that image. Gunner, 2nd-year Gunner. He's actually had a really solid year, but Orioles are just so bad, but I think they bounce back. I think his cards are fairly cheap right now. Neighbors picked this up for fairly cheap. It's just a hollow. I think his career is just about to take off, so we'll see. Charlie Condon, green, greatness loading. Top prospect in the Orioles organization. These paninis are sweet, these VIPs. I picked up a couple of these. This is just the tiger stripes. I'm not entirely sure, but Giannis, nice little somewhat color match here, not numbered. Junior out of 60. Just love this variation from Finest. Cool color match here. Barry orange from Elite and his OSU unis. This is this numbered, or is it just, yeah, it's numbered to 49. It's a pretty cool low numbered card. Overall, just black. Stellar year this year for Boston. I think he's a true Hall of Famer. This is out of 100. Sweet Tomei Finest out of 499, and then another Finest Edge James out of 199. And then I got this for real cheap, under $10. Adrian Dantley, Hall of Famer, out of 99. I know it's a thicker card, so I don't know if it will be gradable. But with that being said, on-card auto. For the price I got, I couldn't pass that up, so pick that one up. All right, last stack here. On-card SP signatures. Sean Marion, he more than likely will get voted into the Hall of Fame this year, I believe. I think he was just shy this past year. Jared McCain, Disco, not numbered or anything here. Jaren Jackson is just a hollow sticker auto, but I think he's had quite the start to his career. It's only going to get better. Another one of those VIPs, just the Rogers. Another similar color match per se. Love this. From Phoenix, Luca. This is numbered to 35, so really low numbered card. And then just 2 cards here. Got the Donald Duck, Disney 100 Refractor, and then a field level AJ Brown out of 49. So some pretty lower numbered cards there. All right, we'll go through the stack and I'll let you know which ones are gradable. Okay, so picked up 32 cards over the last week or so, and of those 32 cards, 18 cards came back gradable. Majority of these cards that we deem gradable, we feel are a good shot of a 10, potential 9. And some of them, definite 10s, we wouldn't be sending them if we felt like it would get a 9. So it depends on the card, but for the most part, when we deem gradable, it's in between that 9-10 range. We'll quickly just go through the non-gradable ones. 14 of these cards were not gradable, unfortunately. That's usually the case when you are buying in bulk online. So I'll quickly just go through. You got the Rogers, a lot of scratch marks, and a lot of these, that's typically the case with these chromes, these earlier chromes. The Frank Thomas, you can actually even see through the protector, some of the scratching there. Unfortunately, the Vlad Guerrero, big white spot down there, so unfortunately that will not be gradable. Scratch marks on the Fitz, the JSN, one a little bit off centering on the back there, and then just too much whitening down here. You had one little, you can see there, 2 little indents there. So I'll not be sending that. The Caminero, unfortunately, this was a bigger card that I picked up. Unfortunately, just let me see if I can get it on camera. Just more scratch marks. And for a card that's brand new, this shouldn't be happening. But you can see just a big scratch mark down here. There's another one down. Look at that nice shine, though. There was another one down here. But regardless, something that I was a little disappointed for the price I paid for that, especially the price I paid for that, and then also, for a newer card, I just feel like scratch marks shouldn't be an issue, basically. The Luca, whitening on the bottom here, and some other scratch marks as well, all centered on the Disney Chrome 100. Center looked good, but scratch marks as well on this Shan Sharp out of 100. The Hester, first things first, we always got that one corner. That corner actually looked pretty good, but scratch marks as well. A lot of scratch marks on this Oraldis, so that's, not surprising with that type of Topps Chrome. Scratch marks, and then for the Tomei and the James, both finuses, disappointed in that. And then the Adrian Dantley, thicker card, comes with easier issues to dissect, but actually it looked pretty good for the most part. There is just some whitening along the edges here. I don't know if we can get them on camera. I might still risk it and just get this in a case. I feel like someone that would buy this would rather have this in a case, but with that being said, it definitely won't gem if we're looking at just what's gradable or not. All right, as for the gradable stack, 18 cards. A lot of these we are looking to get out to PSA as soon as possible. A lot of the autos especially, getting those back before the new year. The Braden Montgomery, clean, no issues. Typical with, a bit of a challenge with these refractors that I've seen as of late, but the center looked good too. Jason Kidd, no issues. This was actually pretty clean. I think it's definitely between a 9-10, this Gronk blue out of 100. The Riley Green, the front looked great. The back, there is slight centering. You can see a little bit thicker on the right than the left, but I think it's in that 10 range. DeVries, 10. No issues I found on the purple. The Bryce Harper, again, this is a card that I wouldn't send unless I was pretty sure to get a 10. Now, I say that, but you never know. Charlie Condon, 99 green, clean. The Giannis, clean, no issues there. Pleasantly surprised about this. These elites are rarely sensitive, but out of the 49, orange out of 49, this was pretty clean. I definitely think it's a 9-10 range. This one, it was clean. Again, for a base card like this, I don't know if I'll even send it, though. We'll see. But it does have a potential 10. But it's one of those things that I'm not, like, 100% certain to get a 10, but we'll see. The Henderson, 10 range. The Malik, potential 10. The Hollis are extremely tough just because you always have a little bit of nicks on there. But that looks pretty good. The Edwin James, or not the Edwin James, Anquan Bolden. This was 9 and 10 range. This actually has a chance to get a 10. I was pretty pumped about this. I saw no issues with that, so we'll definitely be sending that to PSA shortly. McCain, 10. 9-10 range. Centering's a little bit thicker on the left and the right, but we'll see. And then the Rogers, 10, and then the A.J. Brown, 10 out of 49. So all good there. Yeah, so get some of those to PSA ASAP. We have a lot of orders at PSA. I think right now in queue I have about 5 at PSA. I have 1 more getting shipped out end of this week. So I really hope things start moving to get some of these reveals along the way, but we'll see. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. And as always, leave comments in the comments section. Until next time, peace.